grade. This reading video is for April 21st. We're going to continue our story, Rufus and the Fatal Four, today. But before we do that, I have a verse that I'd like to share with you. It's from 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. It says, "As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace." So in our story, we've got some kids on a baseball team and they're working together. And just like that, as the body of Christ, we're to work together. We're to use the spiritual gifts that we're given when we become a follower of Jesus so that we can build up the body of Christ, so that we can work together as a team to bring about the plans and purposes that God has for us in our lives and to bring other people to Jesus. So I hope that encourages you today. So we're looking at our story again, Rufus and the Fatal Four, and we're continuing on with pages 433 and 430 to 437, and we have 4 vocabulary words to look at. So go ahead and stop the video and look up those 4 words. All right, you should have found the definition for accosted: to approach in a hostile, aggressive manner. The criminal was accosted by curious reporters when he was released from prison. Next, capacity means position or role. When Mother left the house, Erin had to act in the capacity of babysitter as well as sister. So she took on that role. She acted in that capacity. Next is desertion. It means abandonment, leaving a responsibility without permission, especially a military post. When we charged Zach with desertion when he switched teams during the game. Have you ever had anybody do that to you in the middle of a game? They wanted to be on the other team because they were winning. Not a good thing to do, huh? And then the last one, cultivated. To develop by study or practice. Sam cultivated his musical tone by practicing for hours on his trumpet. Okay, so now that you're familiar with those words that you're going to have in our next section, let's talk a little bit about the section that you read yesterday. So I hope you enjoy these characters that you've been introduced to so far. Why was Rufus not allowed to join the girls' baseball team at first? Right, I just kind of gave it away because he's a boy, huh? It was girls only, and so he wasn't allowed to join. But why did he stick around? Did you catch that? Yeah, he always had that hope of cookies and punch. If the girls decided to stop playing baseball, maybe they would serve cookies and punch, and he definitely wanted to be around if that happened. So on the team so far, we have Nancy, who's the captain and the pitcher. We've got Clara, who's the outfielder, and Hattie at first base, and then Jane, Rufus's sister, is the catcher. And Jane thought that just being called catcher and having the mitt was going to make her a great catcher, right? Didn't quite work out. So did you figure out why they had to keep moving the bases? Yeah, because Nancy can't really throw those curveball pitches like she thinks she can, and she keeps throwing to the left of the batter, and they keep having to move the bases around. Well, today you're going to meet another girls' baseball team, and so I want you to read and find out how will the Fatal Four fare against this new team. Enjoy reading this next part of our story.